We have approval of minutes of July the 6th. Public hearings. Today is the public hearing to declare the structures at 2773, formerly known as 2775 Spring Hill Avenue, 206 North Ann Street, 1409 Congress Street, and 1755 Duval Street public nuisances, and ordering them demolished. Presentation of petitions and other communications to the council. Walter Moore, he wants to speak about a violation of the noise ordinance at 1920 Bay Bridge Road. Walter Young wants to talk about a bonus for the City of Mobile retirees. Cheryl Hunt wants to talk about the South Bay apartments and the trash coming from the dumpsters again. Wendy MacArthur wants to talk about animal control, and Timothy Hollis wants to speak about the American Rescue Plan, transportation must be added. CIP resolutions held over. 21508, authorized contract with Inline for LED fixture replacement for interstate street lights. Resolutions held over. 08510 is a purchase order to Team Adaptive for a portable wheelchair lift. 08511 is a purchase order to Locution Systems for dispatch and station alerting software for the fire administration. 08512 is a purchase order to CDW Government for video camera system installation and supplies for public services. 08513 is a purchase order to NEC Corporation of America for annual software for fingerprint ID system. 08514 is a purchase order to Beard Equipment Company for root pruner for the Azalea City Golf Course. 08515 is a purchase order to Stuart Irby for street light poles for traffic engineering. 08516 is a purchase order to Jerry Pate Turf and Irrigation for aerator for the Azalea City Golf Course. 21519 is a contract with Tyndall Construction for Fire Station Number 28, kitchen countertop replacement. 21520 is a service contract with Touchdown Cleaning Services for carpet cleaning for the cruise terminal. 31521 is to amend the HUD Program Year 2020 CDBG Action Plan. 31522 is acceptance of a subaward and enter into an agreement with the Mobile County Commission for receipt of grant funds from the JAG grant. Consent resolutions being introduced. 37527, recommend approval to the ABC Board for issuance of a retail beer table wine off-premises license for Moroccan Market on Arlington Street.
I'm going to hold that over just for 1 week.
Okay. 37528 is recommending approval to the ABC Board for issuance of a retail beer table wine off-premises license for Wine Not on Grelot Road, Suite B.
It's actually a gift store. I guess get beer or wine too. It's fine.
37529 is recommending approval to the ABC Board for issuance of a retail beer table wine on off-premises license for Maple Street Biscuit Company on O'Shell Road. 4530 through 4533 are the declaring the structures public nuisances and ordering them demolished. 46534, name the Hillcrest Road entrance drive to Medal of Honor Park as Bess Rich Way.
Madam Clerk? Yeah, I'd like to know who is this Bess Rich person? Mr. Richardson?
I guess I have to work on name recognition.
Mr. Chairman, I would like for us to move that one up today. I mean, for us to vote on that one today. There's no money involved, and we're not going to inconvenience any citizens in approving this, and it's not going to cost any money. So I would like for us to move this one up and vote on it today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
6535 through 6539 are approving award of special bonuses to the June Firefighter of the Month, to the Build Mobile Employee of the Month, to the Parks and Recreation Department Employee of the Month for July, to Public Service Employee of the Month, Thomas Babb. 6540 is determining appropriation to the Westside Athletic Association, serves a public purpose and approved payment. 6541 is determining appropriation to Ozanam Charitable Pharmacy, serves a public purpose and approved payment. 21546, authorized contract with Alec Yasenak for services as absentee election manager for the 2021 municipal election. 03547, reappoint Darby Luxembourg to the History Museum of Mobile Board. CIP resolutions being introduced. 21542, authorized contract with McElhaney Construction Company for 2019 CIP Group B drainage improvements. That's Tolman Springs, Belvedere, Sunnyvale, Gaylord, Marston. $577,126. Resolutions being introduced. 08543 and 544 are purchase order to Cara Soft Technology Corporation for SAP Concur Travel Expense Management Software, $33,786. 08544, approved purchase order to Petroleum Traders for fuel for various locations. 21545, authorized contract amendment with Watkins AC Strunk Design for Mardi Gras Park improvements, $15,275. Announcements.
Yes, is Mr. Alberger, is it possible we can go back to 21-542, which is the CIP resolutions, and explain to us in details exactly what that is, in details with that? Okay, thank you.
You got his mic turned? Hold on. Go ahead.
The projects that we have, they're in districts 1, 3, 5, and 7. Tolman Branch is a ditch replacement. We're going to do a couple of 100 feet that's in District 1. I believe there is, we go to Belvedere. Belvedere is 3 outfall pipes that we're lining.
It's what now?
3 outfall pipes where they tie into a ditch. A lot of times the pipes will get, especially corrugated metal pipes, will deteriorate, and we'll line them to keep from having to dig up the world and everything else. So we'll be lining those to tie into existing. There's failures associated with those projects.
Oh, okay.
And then
Before we leave that one, so what are we doing on Tolman's Branch?
there at O'Connor, we're going to take where we've done some ditch replacement repairs in there before. We're going to take from there and go several hundred feet as far as the money will take us, going up through there, repairing ditch areas that have deteriorated.
So, okay, so is one side of the ditch Pritchett and the other side Mobile?
It should be in the area that we're working, should be ours. I'll check and make sure, but this should be all in the city of
Because
Mobile.
it separates, does it not separate Pritchett from Mobile, Tolman Branch?
I do not know how close it gets in that area, but we should not be working in Pritchard.
Okay, the reason I said that because it's a lady living in my neighborhood where this drainage ditch is now eroding her property so she can't put a fence up, and now it's undermining the house, the foundation of the house itself, and the city is saying that it's their problem, but they don't know when they're gonna get to it, and we way out here. You're not near no house, are you?
Sir?
I said, this Tolman Branch
Yes.
is not up to nobody's house. It's just back there.
There's areas along that concrete paved ditch that have deteriorated, been identified for quite some time. I think this shows that the project's like a 2019, and we've incrementally gone up through there and addressed several areas, and this is a continuation of that. It would be high on our, for it to have made it to this point, it was high on our priority needed to be done.
Okay, the only point I'm making, I think whatever we own, or whatever we maintained is affecting another citizen, that ought to be automatically a priority. That ought to automatically, if it is affecting a property owner, that ought to move up to a priority. But anyway, thank you.
Continuing on, Gaylord, at Elwood and Gaylord, there's a failure in the backyard. We're going to replace pipe and tie that also into a existing concrete ditch. And at Marston, there is some drainage that's going to be added and tied into the O'Shell drainage system.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Thank you so much. Do we have anything from the council? Anything from the administration? Colleagues, the president had told me this morning that he was going to let 3 minutes allow for Clearwater Revival to come down and just talk for 3 minutes about a presentation or introduce the board. He just told me that right before pre-council. So, Ms. Foster.
Good morning. I tried to wait for the board president and the new executive director, and they're not here yet. So hopefully they'll come in at any moment and you guys can meet them. I'm Debbie Foster. I am the immediate past executive director of Dog River Clearwater Revival, and as of today will no longer be the grant manager. But wanted to turn over to you the new litter abatement plan for the Dog River watershed, which, to remind you, Dog River watershed encompasses all 7 council districts. So if this plan is implemented, it will indeed affect all watersheds within the city of Mobile, that being 3 Mile Creek, 1 Mile Creek, 12 Mile Creek, and Garrows Bend, once the watershed management plan is completed. In 2018, Dog River Clearwater Revival partnered with the Mobile Bay National Estuary Program to initiate the implementation of our watershed management plan. And that was to reduce litter in this particular case. A grant application was developed, and on July 17th of 2019, DRCR was awarded $328,101 to develop a multi-pronged approach for litter abatement in the Dog River watershed. This grant came from the EPA Gulf of Mexico program. Supporting partners included Mobile Baykeeper, Partners for Environmental Progress, and we worked closely with Osprey Initiative. The purpose of the grant was to stem the flow of litter throughout Dog River and the tributaries. Our goals included introducing the use of new trash reduction technologies, establishing a trash monitoring protocol, improving people's awareness, knowledge, and behavior about littering, and improving the enactment and enforcement of laws to reduce trash. Today, using that information gained now for almost 2 years, through the implementation of the projects included in our grant, we are now presenting you with that plan. It has been developed in assistance with the City of Mobile, and we want to thank everyone involved in that and some particular people in the City of Mobile who have helped with that. The desired results include reduced littering and litter in the environment, improved use of data, increased community awareness, improved regulations and ordinances, centralizing organizational structure, and increasing consistent and sustained funding for litter management. It's important to note, as I said, that implementation of this will cross all. Just so that you know, I gave this to Mayor Stimson just a little while ago and was explaining to him that we have spent 2 years tracking trash transportation routes throughout the Dog River watershed. I know Councilman Daves has been involved with us with the Green Team and the Mobile City County Green Team. Their plans are also included in here to find the appendices for this plan. You are welcome to go online to our website later this afternoon once I get it uploaded. But this gives you timelines, it gives you outline strategies for reduction as well as for how to establish funding mechanisms that will keep this consistent and sustainable. So I'm open to questions if anybody wants, but thank you very, very much for your patience in all of this, and Commissioner Daves for your help in all of what we've done. Thank you.
All right, Council.
Mr. Vice President, I'd like to thank Ms. Foster for all the work she's done over the years in helping Mobile get cleaner. We're not where we want to be, not where we need to be, and it's going to take a lot of talk. We've had several discussions about this. It's going to require a community-wide effort in order to solve our litter problem, made up of several different efforts, including enforcement and education and so forth. Correct. But I've had the opportunity to work with Ms. Foster fairly closely on an initiative we still continue to work on. And I hope you'll continue to work with us on that initiative as we go forward. Again, I want to thank you for all your efforts. And this, I haven't obviously had a chance to look at this plan in detail, but I can tell just by leafing through it that there's been a lot of work done to produce this, and I think it's going to be very helpful to us as we move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We hope that you take this document and begin roundtable discussions with all departments so that all departments are brought into this. Thank you.
If I could comment?
Yes, Ms. Rich.
And I know that you're exiting your position, and don't even want to go there thinking of your loss, but I'm sure your group will still stay cohesive and pick the right person. But I can't thank you enough, because it is probably the number one concern that council people get is, so we know that our community has the goal that you've, trying to reach towards. So I thank you for your tenacity and your expertise in this area, and then you're giving it back to the community.
Thank you.
Just really means a lot.
Thank you very, very
Thank you.
much. Appreciate
Mr.
it.
Vice President,
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
I would echo what Councilman Daves and Councilman Rich have said. I mean, I've had just a few more minutes to look at it than you have. I mean, there is a tremendous amount of work. It's kind of simultaneously that this was going on and it was being brought to completion about the time we hired Casey Callaway for the Chief Resiliency Officer. So I think that this is certainly something that we can adopt and incorporate into what we're doing as part of a bigger strategy for litter abatement. So I join them saying thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. I'm sad that my board president and executive director aren't here, but they will show up. When you see the big 6'4" guy walk in, you'll know that's who it is.
Tell them to watch the video, Debbie.
I'll do it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Williams.
Everybody saw me about to go. I left my breakfast at the house, but when I saw Debbie walking up here, I wasn't about to leave. Realized almost 15 years ago is when we were first introduced, when I represented the Dog River, the Dauphin Island Parkway area.
Yes, sir.
Your work, regardless of where you're in a position, I have complete confidence that you're going nowhere. And in fact, I would give the last piece of advice to, as I leave, to the mayor, and that is somehow find a way to retain you in this effort to make sure that it's seen to its completeness.
No, thank you.
There's no words. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
Your dream is coming true.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'd like to join my colleagues also, Ms. Foster, and not only she worked very hard with the Dog River, but also with the Peninsula group, which is down on the DIP area. And unlike Councilman Williams, I don't believe that you're going nowhere either. You know, you say that you're retiring and maybe moving away, but your spirit would linger on, especially across South DIP. Thank you so much for all your hard work throughout the years.
Thank you. I'm sure there's some that would argue, but thank you.
All right. All right. Council, we'll see each other at 10:30.